So filing paper or PDF summary statements for Form 8949 instead of entering all transactions on Schedule D. So this is going to save us a tremendous amount of time. So here's what we're going to do. We got on our 1040, just a made up blank one, obviously. We're going to come in here and click on the Forms button, which is here, and if you prefer, go ahead and hit F6 or however you, here, I'll go ahead and do it. Just hit the F6 button, brings it up. Down here we're going to hit CG, Capital Gains Worksheet. That's where we want to be. And let's hit OK. We got one in here already called Janie. It's for Janie Montgomery Scott. Now we're going to have one of these for every brokerage statement. And we always put the ID number of the brokerage statement so we know exactly which one we're working on. Create a new copy. We'll put that here and add it. Right now we're just going to select this one. Alright, so this is how this needs to be filled out. Is it reported on 1090B or equivalent statement? Check that. Nowadays pretty much everything's a yes. Another yes. Going to figure out the total cost basis for the whole entire form. Got publicly traded here. We're going to move down here. We can change this, but it's also an automatic. Figure out who owns it, taxpayer, spouse, or joint. Sold. Go ahead and just put the end of the year down here. Net sales price here. Now this again is total for the statement. None. Not going to have any acquisition information here. No reinvestment dividends information. No stock splits. No increase and decrease in basis. No miscellaneous information. No adjustments to gains. Okay, so here's our transaction summary. Now, went too fast. So here's where we put taxpayer, spouse, or joint. So, I'm sorry, both short and long term. This has to be filled out. If you put long or short, then you got to do one for each. You got to do a short and a long for the Janie account or whatever. If you hit both long or short, what it does is it takes you down here. All right, and then it leaves this blank. If that one of those was selected, it would go ahead and print it out. So then we just manually put it in here. Since we're doing a summary, and just put 1 and 1. Date acquired. Pick the date that makes sense. I usually pick the earliest there is. And sales price, cost basis. These need to match the numbers that you put up above. Now you have your summary here. So you got two summaries, short term, long term. That's your summary. Double check that. Gonna go in here to Schedule D. So on the Schedule D, let's make sure we didn't pass it. It's so here it's going to have it again. Double check that. You probably really don't need to because it's coming straight, but this will be a total of all your accounts. So this is kind of what you do at the end. Now this box needs to be checked. Miscellaneous options. We're not mailing this form in. We're attaching it. And you go to e-file, attach PDF, add attachment, find it in your document management system. If you want, sometimes it's easier to grab it out of DMS, throw it on your desktop, and then grab it from your desktop. You know, that's kind of just up to you. So I've already added. It's going to be Form 8949 is the form type. Click OK, and you're pretty much done. You know, we have to make sure that we scan the brokerage statements front and back separately into DMS. That way we can grab it and throw just that piece in, of course. So doesn't get a whole lot easier than that. It sure saves, you know, hours and hours of putting that junk in there.